Pokemon virus. Just think about it. Words leave you coughing, flow leave you wheezing, sneezing. That just proves I'm colder than a sneasel. Pass me a
Hello, Retro Bro here, giving you a special series that I will be doing on my channel this summer, and it's actually a collab with Sophie Girl X. The way it'll work is, she actually does battle giveaways on Twitter, as a lot of you guys probably know, where when you beat her, you actually get a prize Pokemon. That will still go on, but with a twist. The new twist is, when she battles you guys, the good battles will be uploaded to my channel. So now you have the chance of not only winning a prize Pokemon, but actually being on the channel too. And on the same token, the good battles get put up if they're good. So chances are, you may lose the battle, but if it's still good, still be on the channel. Or chances are, you may win the battle, but if it wasn't decent enough as far as entertainment go, not be on the channel. So you can be a winner and a loser, or a loser and a winner, vice versa. Now, for this battle, we actually have her facing James, who is a good friend of mine, so he will actually commentate his section of the battle, while I commentate trying to predict Sophie and her movements and the battle itself. Say what's up to everybody, man. And from there, we'll go ahead and do the battle.
Alright, let's get on it. Alright, so, my prediction here was, you were moving off, obviously, with that, Galvantula, seeing as it set up the pattern.
Understandable, so standard. So you went with Swampert, so you can counter the electricity. And I'm predicting she's Sash, so she went ahead and Sticky Webbed.
Yeah, the reason I switched out here is because, I was fearing the energy ball.
Understandable. Because Garvantulas do carry those. Sometimes even Hidden Power Grass to be cheeky.
Yeah.
So she did Sticky Web and switched, which was smart because she had the advantage from you switching. And I see she went into Jellicent,
She did it just in the Sash.
which was very good. Also, Poison is resisted by Ghost, which she apparently knew as well.
Yeah, I was, just predicting anything at that point.
So I'm assuming she's gonna Scald here, because anyone on your team, unless it's a Fire type, wouldn't want the burn, but at the same time a Fire type wouldn't want the Water hit either.
Oh yeah, and the reason I switched out to my talent is that, I knew he could take it, and I have a Lump Area on this thing.
Gotcha.
So even if it got burned, then I can still hit it up with the knockoff.
Makes sense. Now from here, I'm predicting that because you're a Dragon Dance dancing and Sticky Web, she's probably not gonna bother switching. But no, she actually does.
And she goes out to, Mawile? Yeah.
Okay, understandable. I see why she did that, because Mawile actually completely walls this. I mean, with a Drain Punch you can hit neutral damage because she's still, obviously, but at the same time the Play Rough completely shreks you for being fighting in dark. So I understand the logic of that. I'm predicting she predicted the switch and probably Swords Danced here.
No, she actually went to the fight and Mawile come out.
Ah, so that's right. I didn't get to see the tail of the tape, so she knew you had a Mawile coming.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good move. Okay, so she did go ahead and play rough, assuming that you were gonna continue Dragon Dancing or anything within those antics. Okay.
And I was hoping she wasn't packing the Fire Fang, but unluckily for me, she did pack the Fire Fang.
Yeah, Fire Fang is actually really smart. Like, I know a lot of the sweeping sets don't carry it, but for better coverage, Fire Fang is the better move. And I see you carry it as well. So I'm predicting neither of you are the sweeper sets, but the coverage set.
Yeah, the coverage set.
Okay,
Actually, read this one myself.
not bad.
This one I also did myself.
And I see you made the smart switch in, so she'll probably let it die with a little bit of health she has. No, she went ahead and switched. That's very interesting, because I would think with the little bit of health she had, so no one else took the damage, she might have just, let it die, so she got initiated the free switch.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to preserve my brain so that I can do something about that later.
See, at the same time, I probably wouldn't have switched, even though it was a good switch in her case, because I would have predicted that maybe you were one of those few Breloons that carried a sleep powder, because you run across those too. See, I would have predicted that, possibly assuming a switch in that situation, that would have been the case. But at the same time, she was low health, so you probably would have just went for the Mach Punch had you not switched. And I guess that's what she was counting on, which is the smart play in that instance. Very true, because I see she's sacrificing the crocodile here. Wondering if this is Moxie Life Orb, possibly? Okay, and she's stealth rocking, so this is more of a defensive set. Oh, and it survived it, so crit even, so maybe she is yeah, so I think she is a defensive set. Yeah. Very interesting, because I've never seen a defensive crocodile before. At the same time, if I've seen a defensive crocodile, I would assume that it probably would have been assault vested. So it was really interesting to see the leftovers.
Yeah. And I don't know why I guess he just wanted to get her all out.
At the same time, I think it could have been more advantageous to save in another position where she might have wanted a free switch. Yeah, that's what I would have thought too.
Yeah, and I wanted to get the weapon on this so that
Understandable. It's a special defensive wall. Now, so far, I haven't seen anything from the moveset of the Jellicent. Well, we've seen the Skull, definitely. But aside from Skull, I wonder what else she's carrying. I'm assuming Recover, obviously. Maybe even Hex, possibly? You see that sometimes. Interesting. See, because it would do that extra damage for you being burned.
Yeah.
This should be played at high volume.
Sacrifice my Breloom at this point. And what I should have went for is a forward speed right here, but I just think the damage come out.
Ah, that would have been a good prediction, actually.
I actually carry the rock.
Understandable, because it works on Talonflame being sashed as well, especially after it takes all that recoil damage. It's dead after that. True. So she got the burn on you, so I'm predicting she'll either Hex or Recover, had she have went first, of course. Well, even if it wasn't Jolly, a Breloom would have outfit Jellicent, just naturally. Your base speed excels a great deal. This thing is probably choice scarfed, I'm assuming, so it can probably do anything it wants to anybody. Ooh, she decides to U-turn, so was she predicting you to switch? Well, let's see. Jiraiya here is the Greninja, so maybe that was her original prediction, which is why she U-turned. At the same time, as frail as Greninja is, she probably could have wrecked him pretty hard with either close combat would have killed if it carried close combat, but I think a Flare Blitz could have almost killed a Greninja, if not killed it from a Darmanitan, just because it's so frail. Yeah, so Flare Blitz would have just about killed it.
Yeah.
But she still has Garvantula, so The ball is still in her court. And with sticky web on the ground, like, this thing is gonna do some serious damage. But right now should be a switch because Nido King completely walls it. Ah, classic electric move, nice. And by electric move, I mean that most electric Pokemon carry it competitively. For those of you who didn't know that. Very true. But with Darmanitan still hiding in the corner, very dangerous situation here, especially with your Swampert being burned. Because she can probably whittle it down a little bit.
Yeah, she actually whittled it down to like a point where anything could have finished it off at this point.
Ooh, that's right. Swampert doesn't have very good special defenses, so that Bug Buzz was pretty mean.
Yes.
Should be played at high volume.
Like I said, if this thing would have been dead, I probably would have been in a pretty decent situation. But, like, as I said, I was at pretty low HP, and anything could have killed me from this range.
She actually played really smart, too. At the same time, she made all the right plays at all the right times this game. Like, she honestly didn't make a single mistake. Not only was she smart enough to put out the sticky web from the beginning, and took advantage of you doing the switch so she can get the Garvantula out to safety, but at the same time, she predicted a lot of your predictions correctly. Like, for instance, around the time that she was low on health, she assumed that you would have Mach Punch with the Breloom and switch so she could eat it up with the Starmie. And even though you still happened to switch, it was still, like, the right move at the right time.
Yeah.
Like, she almost played perfectly, which was really impressive. And then, unfortunately for you, not having like a rapid spinner, the hazard shreked you. Definitely a good game from the both of you, though. And I appreciate you coming to commentate. Man. Well, for you guys, if you enjoy watching battles, you enjoy hearing commentary, and getting into the mind of me or either Sophie in this case, go ahead, check out my channel some more. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you like hearing about these. And also, make sure you check out Sophie Girl, because she does plenty of battles like this where she gives out prize Pokemon. So you'll have a chance to get Pokemon. And if you don't win the Pokemon, if the battle's still good, you still have a chance on the channel. So it's a win-win for all of us. And as usual, I've been Retro Bro, and I'm signing out.